Welcome to Yankton Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Hy-Vee, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KSC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Wince and Ray Funeral Home, First Dakota National Bank, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals, and Raven Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
For beautiful decor and gifts this holiday season, it's Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all from Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton, your Christmas and holiday cheer store. Hello and welcome to Sioux Falls Lincoln High School as the Yankton Bucks are set for their third game of the season. Bucks Athletics on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube, presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. It's the final game before Christmas break, and Yankton searching for their first win, while Sioux Falls Lincoln looks to stay undefeated. The Patriots get to play in front of their home crowd, but the Bucks know coming into this it's going to be a loud and harsh environment for them. For Yankton, they've only played teams from the Sioux Falls area to open the year, and, well, it's going to stay that way until New Year. Right now, Sioux Falls Lincoln sits atop not only the media polls in AA, but also in the standings, with wins over Harrisburg and Sioux Falls, Washington. Those opponents are teams Yankton is familiar with, as that's who they've played as well. For Yankton, it's certainly going to be a challenge tonight. We'll see how they handle the pressure. Sioux Falls Lincoln coming off a season that saw them in the state tournament. Bucks would love to make it that far this year. We'll take a look at this year's numbers, as Yankton scoring 44 points per game to Sioux Falls Lincoln's 66 points per game. Yankton allows 54 points per game, while Sioux Falls Lincoln allows 56 points per game. Last year, they matched up twice. In the regular season, Yankton fell big time, 29-69 to the Patriots. And then in the Sodak 16, they closed that gap by about half, falling 26-48. Patriots took the victory twice last year. The average margin of victory, 31 points. Now, of course, it's a new season, but last year the Patriots were one of few teams who could avoid a close game with Yankton. Coming into this one, Sioux Falls Lincoln is scoring a lot, but on the flip side, they also give up a decent amount of points. For the Bucks, you've got to imagine the defense is going to make or break it for them. They need to try and force Sioux Falls Lincoln into uncomfortable shots, shots from beyond the arc, and most importantly, grab defensive rebounds. The Patriots are a three-headed monster with 3 players from last year who are all on the all-state teams. Coach Haynes and his team know that what they're up against, and they're going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder. I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr, helping out run the stream in on color commentary today. But Parker, really, when you come into a game knowing you've got to play against 3 all-state level players, how do you try, and as I said, a 3-headed monster, how do you try and minimize their impact on the game? Because you know they're going to impact it, but how do you minimize that?
Well, the best way to minimize that is to try to get their other players to be the ones to shoot the ball. Whether or not you play a double team, you hedge on ball screens, maybe you pick up a little bit on the full court press on those 3-star players. Make the guys not used to making shots, take the shots, and you can put them in a situation where maybe their offense feels a little uncomfortable.
And that's exactly what I was thinking too. Just make them uncomfortable, and that's going to be your chance to win. Sioux Falls Lincoln does give up a decent amount of points, so scoring for the Bucks is going to have to be on, but I do think the defensive side is, if they're going to win this one, that's where they're going to have to really play great. As usual, I got a chance to talk with both head coaches. It's Luke Hanneman of the Patriots and Coach Haynes of the Bucks. When we return, we'll start with our chat with Luke Hanneman of the Patriots. This is the Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Let's make healthy happen. When we return, Coach Hanneman of Sioux Falls Lincoln.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now on the line is Sioux Falls Lincoln head coach Luke Hanneman. Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to some basketball here. And it's early in the season, but your team has won their lone 2 games. Could you tell me what you've seen so far from your guys?
Well, so far, our first game against Washington, it was a inter-city rival game, a lot of energy in the gym, and we kind of got out to a lead right away, and then in the third, we lost that lead for a while, and in the fourth quarter, kind of made a little comeback there. So that first game was kind of a back-and-forth battle, and I was proud how we responded in the fourth quarter and showed a little bit of maturity. And then our second game against Harrisburg, another team that is a very solid team. I kind of challenged the guys to play a little bit better defense than we had in that first game, and they stepped up in the first 3 quarters. I think we gave up around 31 points. Got a little sloppy in the fourth, but they played a much better overall game, I would say, from the tip-off in that one. So those are kind of been our 2 games so far, and looking forward to continue to improve throughout the season here. And
coming up, you host the Bucks. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, when you watch them on film and stuff, you see that they have a lot of guys that can shoot the basketball. And so that's one of our focuses, is trying not to allow guys to get comfortable from the outside against us. In addition to that, we know that they're going to play extremely hard on defense, and Coach Haynes always has them in the right spots on the defensive end. And so they do a very good job of kind of clogging up the paint when you're going against them on that end. And so we got to make sure that we're patient and we get the ball moving side to side, and then trying to attack off those reversals and things like that. And we know they're going to play hard too. So we got to make sure we come ready to go and match the energy.
And what has your offense looked like so far this year?
Well, so far this year, we've scored 66 points in both of our games, but we had a really poor shooting night against Washington to start the year from the outside and even on the inside a little bit. And we kind of were carried by our big man, Sam DeGroat, who scored 27 in that first game. And then in our second game, we were a little more balanced across the board. You know, Sam DeGroat still led us in scoring, but Erickson was right there with 16, and then we had a few guys with 9 and 8 points in that one. So we were a little more spread out and got some easier buckets going, and it kind of helped us shoot from the outside a little better.
And you mentioned a couple of names. Who are some of the players on your team that we should expect to make a big impact in this game?
Well, I think when you look at our guys that returned from last year, the 2 first-team All-Staters were Sam Erickson and Sam DeGroat, you know, and they have a lot of experience playing varsity basketball, and we expect them to do a lot of things for us. And then you look at Brody Schaefer, who was our second-team All-Stater last year as a sophomore, and is our point guard for us, and obviously has a lot of success in other sports. Those are kind of our 3 guys that have a lot of experience at the varsity level, but there's plenty of new faces for us that can definitely help us out and have helped us out throughout this year. You know, when you look at Brody Knorr, who is starting for the first time this year as a junior and getting real minutes, and he's playing great for us. We have Owen Duffy, he's a senior. Jaden Haley, another senior of ours, and then 2 other juniors, Landon Monk and Everett Starks, are our kind of main contributors right now. So they all are playing an important role.
And your team has opened the season with lots of excitement, high hopes. What are some of this team's goals?
Well, I think just like every team throughout the state, you know, the goal is to win a state championship. But we know that you can't just focus on that goal entirely. I mean, we're kind of just trying to keep it one game at a time, and we know that when you do come in with a preseason ranking number 1, there is going to be a target on your back. You know, you're going to get everyone's best shot night to night. And so you got to make sure you prepare in the same way and do the work beforehand and show up ready to go.
And you've got a handful of seniors on your squad. How much easier does that make life in practice day in and day out?
It makes things a lot easier. You know, they've been around the varsity level practices already, so they know what to expect. They know what the intensity needs to be in order to have success. And so having those guys that have been around and played a lot of varsity minutes helps out.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for the time. It should be a great game.
Yeah, thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Luke Hanneman of the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots on our Coaches Conversations. Coming up next, our chat with Chris Haynes of the Bucks on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton, located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District is your Hallmark headquarters this holiday season. Buy your Hallmark Christmas ornaments, nativity scenes, willow tree, and precious moments there. Find wedding and anniversary gifts and single-serve Abdallah chocolates along with the new item, Gone Nuts. Yankton Rexall Pharmacy is there to help you with all your questions and prescription needs. Holiday shopping begins at the Yankton Rexall in downtown Yankton.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Back on our Coaches Conversations, head coach Chris Haynes of the Bucks. Coming off a game against Sioux Falls, Washington, can you tell me about what went down in that one?
Yeah, I thought we played better than the first night out. Washington's very athletic, and I thought at the basically the difference in the game, their length and athleticism and physicality on the defensive end just really bothered us. They forced us into 20 turnovers, and we just can't turn the ball over that many times against a good team and expect to win. And, those turnovers created transition opportunities for them, which they're so good at. So, obviously, that's what Washington wants to do, and they're very good at it, and we weren't able to take care of the ball at the end.
And Beck Reichen led the way in the game with 16 points on efficient shooting. What was working so well for him offensively?
Yeah, Beck played a good game. Obviously, other than turning the ball over a few too many times, he was really solid for us and played how we need him to. Got sped up a few times, but other than that, again, just thought he was solid and, had a good game. And we need Beck to play like that. Like I said, if he can play like that night in and night out and cut down on the turnovers, that'd be great.
And to start the season, you've had some really tough opponents for you and the team. What could be some of the benefits, though, of playing these top teams right away?
Yeah, obviously only having a few games before Christmas, you want to see what's working, see what isn't, and the positive of playing opponents like this before Christmas break is that, it's going to expose some things and it's going to show you things that your team has to work on. And, hopefully we can play well tonight and show some more improvement and some growth and, play well and give ourselves a chance at the end. And then going into Christmas break, you're going to definitely know some things you have to work on.
And before this, I kind of made a joke about you finally had a day of school before a game now. What does the practice look like before game day?
Yeah, it's just obviously tying up some prep things And early in the season, though, you're still more focused on yourself than you are the opponent. But the day before practice, obviously, is usually a time where you're really focusing in on the opponent. And, like, for example, tonight, obviously, they're going to come out and press us. And so you got to make sure that your press attack is where you want it. They have 3 all-state players, so they're really hard to guard if you don't know their strengths, let alone if you know them. So just little things like that you prep for on the day before the game.
And you touched on some of the strengths of their team. What are you expecting to see from them?
Yeah, like I said, it starts with their big 3. Schaefer at the point, his penetration, all-state point guard. And then Erickson, they got, so arguably probably the best point guard in the state. Arguably maybe the best shooter in the state in Erickson, and then arguably the best forward or post guy in the state in DeGroot. So you got 3 of the best players in the state all on one team, and that can create a lot of problems. It's hard enough if you have 1 or 2 of those guys, but throw in a third, and that really makes things difficult on the defense.
And now earlier you kind of mentioned how turnovers were a big cause of that last game. With that, what are a couple of other items you would like to see your team improve upon in this game?
Yeah, we we got to have the effort there, obviously, and these guys are really hard to defend, so we're going to have to figure out a way to try to get some stops. And then they're a great offensive rebounding team, so not only is it hard to stop them, but then you got to finish possessions, with rebounds. And then on the offensive end, just kind of playing better. I think the little details, obviously, taking care of the basketball is a big one. Being able to handle the pressure that they're going to put in the full court and the half court without turning it over. And then just running our stuff and making sure that we get good shots.
And you mentioned how they have 3 all-state level players. What does the intensity of your defense have to look like, and how much are you going to rely on guys who have been in the program for a few years?
Yeah, we're obviously not going to guard them one-on-one. And so, it's going to have to be a team effort to try to slow them down tonight.
Well, Coach, as always, I appreciate the time. Now on to Sioux Falls Lincoln. Good luck.
All right, thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Chris Haynes of the Yankton Bucks on our Coaches Conversations. On the way, national anthem, starting lineups, tip-off, and more. Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks. Whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice-cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Hi, this is Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Merry Christmas! I have everything for your holiday gifting for the ladies, the kids, including gift certificates. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all. And back on the floor for our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Again, I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr, helping out on stream and color commentary for today. The Yankton Bucks coming to this one 0-2. They took on Harrisburg and Sioux Falls, Washington, in pretty decently close matches both times, and that was really the story of the Bucks all last season. They won 5 games, but I tell you what, outside of only a couple times were they truly out of a game. Unfortunately, Sioux Falls Lincoln was that team that was able to put them away and really just run away with the game. Patriots do return a lot of talent on their floor with 3 All-Staters that they know who are going to put up All-State performances throughout the season. For Yankton, lost Carson Ness was the big name, but certainly kept a lot of their talent as well. As we look at the numbers from their last game in a loss to Sioux Falls, Washington, 54-42 was the score in that one. Beck Reichen led the way in scoring with 16 points. He was followed closely by Tegan LaCroix with 14 points per game. And Tegan LaCroix is a player I really want to shout out. I mean, talk about some great performances off of the bench. And Parker, when you get a player who can come off the bench and make an immediate impact, how much does that take off, a little pressure of the shoulders from the starters?
Yeah, when you have a good sixth man, that really means that your offense isn't a one-trick pony, and the moment they come into the game, you can kind of relieve starters for a little bit, get somebody else creating shots, and then that also, it makes the other team's defense have to play you tighter, and then that way you can have open lanes to the basket.
Also scoring in that one, Miles Drotzman had 2 points. Owen Eisen has put in 4. Abe O'Brien with 2. Conway had 2. And Jackson Kudera with 2 points. As far as rebounding, leading the way was Owen Eisen with 6. A few different players with 4, including Miles Drotzman, Beck Reichen, and Austin Conway. Abe O'Brien had 3. Tegan LaCroix pulled in 1, and Jackson Kudera with 2. And then leading the way with assists was the big man, Austin Conway, with 3 assists. 2 assists for Owen Eisen, and then 1 for each of the following of Miles Drotzman, Beck Reichen, Abe O'Brien, and Jackson Kudera. Unfortunately, Yankton, though, could not pull off the win, and they did fall 54-42 to the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. As on the floor, the warm-ups have officially wrapped up. We'll have our national anthem coming here, which we will keep it for, and our South Dakota Media Prep poll, as well as our Power 5 poll. That is all yet to come as the crowd is standing here on the floor. We'll make sure it is here, the national anthem. They'll present the colors, so you'll have a moment of silence on both Yankton streaming on YouTube and Classic Hits 106.3, but we're going to keep it for the national anthem.
Zachary Roth, Cadet First Sergeant Joseph Potter, and Cadet First Sergeant Mason Nowick from the Lincoln High School Marine Corps JROTC. Marine Corps JROTC is a full-credit elective course that places great emphasis on the development of self-discipline, leadership, honor, and integrity. Our national anthem will be sung by Lincoln High School banner singers Ellie Barnes, Mari Luther, Mariah Moser, and Gracie Savage. Please remain standing and silent until the colors have been retired. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you.
Again, your national anthem being sang here at Sioux Falls Lincoln High School as the colors were presented by members of the JROTC here on the floor. As we are getting closer and closer to game time, the Yankton Bucks with their road red jerseys and shorts trimmed out in white. On the flip side for Sioux Falls Lincoln, all white jersey and shorts. They'll be trimmed out in blue and red. We are moments away from game time. It's time for your starting lineups presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling. Anytime, any day. We'll start with the home team, the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Leading the charge is guard number 1, the junior, 9.5 points per game. It's number 1, Brody Schaefer. A senior guard at 6'1", number 3, Owen Duffy. Senior guard and an all-state player, 13 points per game, 8 rebounds. It's number 11, Sam Erickson. The big man down low, the Bucks are going to have to keep an eye on him. Senior forward, 6'7", 22.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game. It's number 15, Sam DeGroat. And to round off the Patriots lineup, junior guard at 6'1", averaging just shy of 10 points per game, number 21, it's Brody Knorr. It's now time to meet your Yankton Bucks starting lineup for the night. Again, presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion.
Beck Reichen, number 2, guard. Owen Isnes, number 3, guard. Abel Bryan, number 5, forward. Miles Drossman, number 12, forward. Austin Conway, number 52, center.
Again, that's your starting lineups for the Yankton Bucks, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. We are nearing game time, 6:57, in a game that's set to start at 7 o'clock. We'll be starting right about on time, as the sophomore game didn't take too long before this. The Bucks with certainly a handful, Parker, but it's a team that plays hard, fights hard, and Coach Haynes always has them ready to roll.
Yeah, very high intensity for this Bucks team. Coach Haynes always has them putting in full effort the full 4 quarters of the game, so we should have a good show tonight.
For the Bucks, making his appearance in the center circle is Abe O'Brien. He will jump against Sam DeGroat, and a clear and obvious height difference here on the floor between DeGroat and Abe O'Brien, as the tip is up and controlled by Sioux Falls Lincoln. Our game is officially underway as we've got our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard on Yankton streaming. Patriots start with the basketball as it's on the floor. Owen Isnes falls on it, and a steal for the Bucks right out of the gates. Yankton on offense. They move it left to right. Beck Reichen crossed the timeline and then got stopped as that one tipped. Abe O'Brien saved it over to Drotzman to the far side. Three-pointer. Brings it up top now. Isnes thinks about the three, decides against it. Drotzman has it. Tries giving it to Conway. It bounces off his hand, goes out of bounds, and we start our ball game with back-to-back turnovers from each offense. No score, 40 seconds into this one. Patriots back with possession. Up top, they move it to Grote beyond the three-point line. Bucks would love to see him stay out there. That's probably not going to be the case. Sam Erickson had it for just a moment. Back to Grote. Back to Erickson. He nears half court. 15 seconds to shoot. Gets by Isnes. Finds an open to Grote in the corner three. Left it short. Rebound goes to Abe O'Brien. Bucks bring it down the floor as Beck Reichen wants to set up his offense for his squad. Brings it on the near side of the floor. Hands it off Isnes. Right back to Reichen. Reichen finds a cutter and Drotzman down low on the baseline. Gets tied up. He's fouled. And we have our first foul of the game. It's against Sioux Falls Lincoln. Their first team foul, and the first personal to go against senior guard Owen Duffy. Riken to inbound. We're a minute 21 seconds into this game. Still no score yet. If you're tuned in on Classic Hits 106.3 and would like to watch the game live, it's on Yankton streaming on YouTube as we get an offensive foul on the Bucks, and they'll turn it back to Sioux Falls Lincoln. Foul goes against Miles Drotzman with his first of the night. One foul apiece on each side. Patriots with it, looking to get their offense rolling. Brody Schaefer brings it down the floor. Up to Owen Duffy, the senior. Back to Schaefer, goes into the lane, finds Duffy, the wraparound layup, and a tough shot there. Falls in for two.
Yeah, Duffy just had a really good cut there, and they made the open read.
Some full court pressure here from Sioux Falls Lincoln. Bucks break it. Conway goes down low, gets the bucket, ties this one up.
Yeah, we talked about it going into this game. Conway has great touch in that post.
Conway smooth for being a big man down low as the three-point attempt here falls and is sunk by Brody Knorr for the Patriots. 5:50 to play in our first quarter of action, and the Patriots lead 3. It's 5-2, Bucks with possession. They break the full court press. Beck Riken, the running floater, left it or put too much on it. DeGroat pulled in the rebound, brings it the other direction. And now a three-point attempt, Brody Schaefer. No good on that. Owen Eidsness gets it. Eidsness pushes the pace, finds Beck Riken, who thought about the three, brings it in, takes a jumper, no. And a fight for the offensive board. Conway and Drotzman, a little confusion. Bucks could have had that rebound. Is now down low. DeGroat fouled.
Yeah, I know, a little bit of confusion there on offense, and it just led to a turnover. They got to be a little bit more in their boots when they're making those passes in.
Jackson Kudrow will check in for the first time. Miles Drotzman to the bench. It was Drotzman and Conway who really had that miscommunication, and the Patriots inbound here. DeGroat wants the three. A nice closeout by Conway, but an even better shot for DeGroat, who buries the triple, and Sioux Falls Lincoln is up 6 early in this one. 8-2 with 5:08 to play in our first. Still full court pressure from the Patriots as Kudrow loses the basketball on the floor, dives on it, and the Bucks lucky to keep possession. Beck Riken sets up the triple and knocks it home.
Yeah, if the Bucks can keep up with outside shooting, they can really stay in this ball game.
As we said, Sioux Falls Lincoln does give up a decent amount of points, 56 points per game. It's going to have to be the defense of Yankton that steps up. DeGroat with it. Working against Conway, doesn't give him any spacing. Another three, that one short to the hands of O'Brien. Bucks trail by a possession with 4:30 to play in the first quarter. It is just shot by. A couple of fouls and lots of threes to start this one. Abe O'Brien up top, Conway. DeGroat got greedy, got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. But the Bucks offense can't capitalize. Riken brings it up top. Eidsness for the tie on the three. Off the right side of the rim it goes. Duffy pulled it in and will bring it down the floor. Wants to bring it coast to coast. He dishes it out. Nearly taken away by Eidsness into the open hands of Brody Schaefer. Misses the three. Abe O'Brien gets his game-high third rebound. And it's a timeout by Coach Haynes and the Bucks. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton Water Break. Locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Parker, we are halfway through the first quarter. It's a one-possession game yet. 8-5, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads. Bucks with possession, though, and feel like it's been a pretty solid start for Yankton.
Yeah, I know. Yankton really hasn't let that press get in their head, and then they've also really done a good job passing it to the open man, swinging the ball around the perimeter, trying to find somebody to take that shot, and all they need to do is kind of continue this and really whittle away at the Patriots on that offensive end.
What I really like is even though the Patriots have made 2 3-point attempts, those are the shots you want to see them taking. With their main player at 6'7", you really don't want to let him take over in the post. We saw him knock down a triple, but the Bucks, it was a nice close. They're going to be happy every single time he sets up for a three.
I definitely agree. Make the shots difficult from outside and guard the paint.
Bucks with possession. They move it left to right. Into the game is Tegan LaCroix, and now Conway out to Eidsness, and Eidsness wasn't expecting the pass. Conway made the dish. That's a turnover you cannot have if you want to try and compete with the Sioux Falls Lincoln team, and Coach Haynes not very happy with the Bucks after their last 2 offensive sets. Jaden Haley in for the Patriots for the first time of the night. Now Sam Erickson up top. Another senior on this squad, spins to the free throw line, finds a cutter wide open, and an easy layup for 2 for Landon Monk. And that's exactly what we expected to see from Sioux Falls Lincoln. Now a dish and a drive. Kudera got his defender running too quick, sinks it, and gets the 2 right back. Jackson Kudera, his first score of the night. 10-7, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads with 3:05 to play in our first quarter. Sam Erickson pump fake the 3. He's got Eidsness right on him. Landon Monk will now dish it to Jaden Haley with Beck Reichen on him. The Bucks defense playing very aggressive right now. Now driving baseline, the Patriots swing it up top, another 3 attempt. Haley, no good on this. Eidsness bobbled it, but Conway pulled it in. Kudera waiting at the other end, works against Erickson, and 1! Jackson Kudera, a chance to tie this one up as Sam Erickson. My dad, I remember when I played basketball, certainly not the level these guys played at my 5'9" stature. If you're going to foul them, you foul them hard, make sure they can't get it. And Sam Erickson really just kind of got a hand on Kudera. Kudera had a very good look despite the foul and a chance to tie this ball game up.
Yeah, I mean, great pass from Conway there to find Legan Kudera, and then looks like free throws missed.
So we remain a 1-point difference as that pass between the legs of DeGroat. I didn't think it was tipped. I thought a backcourt violation, but they'll keep it with the Patriots, and the Yankton crowd is letting the refs hear it. DeGroat drives, no good. Offensive rebound. Jaden Haley can't get it to go. And now, down low, they move it, and DeGroat sinks the easy 2. A little displeasure there from the Yankton side. Well, that's the thing. You got to just play through it. And it looked like the defense for Yankton kind of just, they thought they were going to get the call and almost kind of gave up there. Either way, it's a 3-point game, 1 possession, 2 minutes to play in our first quarter of action. 12-9, Patriots lead. Beck Reichen wants the tie, left the 3 short. Or Tegan LaCroix, on the far side. Now driving here and kicking it out. That one through the hands, goes out of bounds, a turnover for the Patriots. Landon Monk, I thought, was going to take that shot there, decided to kick it out, and probably would have had a better look there had he just went up strong with it. Abe O'Brien will come to the scorer's table. He checks in for Austin Conway. Conway checks out with 2 points, a rebound, and an assist. Into the game is Abe O'Brien with an assist and 3 rebounds. Bucks with possession. They can bring it to 1 or tie it here. It's 12-9. 100 seconds to play of our first quarter. Abe O'Brien has it beyond the perimeter, brings it up to the top after a screen. Now Tegan LaCroix pushes it to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, back out to O'Brien. Bryan hands it off. Tegan LaCroix. They wanted the pick and roll, couldn't get it. Now Beck Reichen's going to drive. 8 seconds to shoot for the Bucks. Kudera finds a lane. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Beck Reichen. One of the shortest players on the floor somehow got that one in his hands. 70 seconds to play in our first set of action. Owen Eidsness up top for the tie from downtown. Owen Eidsness buries it. We're tied at 12. Yankton has come out hot in this one. Patriots with the basketball. Brody Schaefer on the far side, spins down low, kicks it out. The 3-point attempt. Everett Starks knocks it in. The 3-point shooting has been fast and furious tonight. It's 15-12. We're probably going to be in for a lot of scoring as Beck Reichen will travel. But Parker, the 3-pointers are falling right now on each side.
Yeah, very high pace. These teams are feeling great from the arc, and they're just letting it go from 3, and it's working.
Sam Erickson will check in place of Jaden Haley. No change for the Bucks as Coach Haynes likes the squad he has out on the floor. 15-12, it's a 3-point game with the Patriots on top as the home team. Bucks have kept up with the #1 team on the polls. Is now down low, an easy bucket for Sam DeGroat. And what a great feed there. Couldn't have been much more open. 17-12, now a 5-point difference. The biggest lead for the Patriots on the night was 6. No shot clock here. 15 seconds. Yankton can settle for the final shot here of the first quarter. Under 10 seconds now. LaCroix gives it up to Beck Reichen. Has to give it up now, taken away. DeGroat has it. An open lane with a second. He didn't get the shot off. He missed it anyways. And really, A missed opportunity for the Patriots. We stay 17-12. We'll take a break. Be back for the rest of the second half, or the second quarter, excuse me, in a moment. That's here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
What a game it's been here so far. 17-12 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. Sioux Falls Lincoln leads the Bucks. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr. And what a great night for basketball as right out of the gates, Owen Eidsness gets fouled by Sam Erickson. He'll pick up his second personal of the game. Two seconds in, we get a foul. Inbound again here, the Bucks starting with it. Beck Reichen gets it on the opposite side of the timeline. Now brings it across, picks up his dribble, just needs an out, and finds Eidsness. A lot of movement beyond the perimeter for the Bucks on offense to start this one as Beck Reichen drives it, gives it up Conway. DeGroat definitely impacted as putting a shoulder down, getting a little spacing there is Conway, but can't get the bucket to fall. Brody Schaefer of the Patriots with it, gives it up to Sam DeGroat. And now they move it beyond the arc. Schaefer back down low. DeGroat trying to post up Conway, the fader, left it short. And now an offensive rebound for Sioux Falls Lincoln. Knocked out of bounds by Tegan LaCroix. And it will stay with the Patriots.
Yeah, this Patriots team, they have the size, but they also really do, they go for those offensive rebounds.
Driving with it, Brody Schaefer, the up and around, can't get it, but DeGroat pulls in the offensive board, gets an easy two, and that's what Yankton's going to have to avoid giving up here. 19-12, it's now a 7-point game, the largest lead of the night for the Patriots. Bucks have yet to lead in this one. They've had it tied a couple times, though. Kudera setting up the offense for Yankton. They move it left to right. Tegan LaCroix now gets a screen from Conway. The pick and roll, no. Out to Kudera, just decides to pop the three, left it short. A minute 20 into our second quarter of action. As just settling for a deep three, Erickson misses it all. That's a shot 10 out of 10 times Yankton will be thrilled if Sioux Falls Lincoln takes.
Yeah, if you force a step back three, you played great defense.
And now on the floor for the Bucks, we've got for the first time of the season Ivan Hirschman, as well as Miles Drotzman out on the floor. It's not too surprising. It's something Coach Haynes does. A few games in, if he doesn't like what he's seeing, he'll pull up some players who play more on JV. And now down low, Hirschman has it, swings it, far side, LaCroix open, look from three, rims in and out. A great look for Tegan LaCroix, just couldn't get that one to go. DeGroat up top finds a cutter, no good on the jumper there is Landon Monk. Conway got the rebound and nearly turned it over. Bucks lucky to still have possession here. 6:08 to play in our first half of action. It's 19-12, a 7-point lead for the Patriots. Tegan LaCroix gets it into Kudera. He works it against Brody Knorr, then up across to Miles Drotzman. Conway tried tipping it down low. Off the foot of DeGroat it goes. And DeGroat in this game, already 9 points. He averages 22.5. He's been the difference maker so far. But 6'7", he averages 22.5 and nearly 12 rebounds a game. You kind of expect him to be the difference maker. Austin Conway, cross-court pass. Ivan Hirschman drives it, scores it. Ivan Hirschman gets in and makes an immediate impact off of the bench. Brings his team within 5 here. Love the effort. Ivan Hirschman listed at 5'8", no fear, driving baseline, and got a good look on the layup. Patriots with it. Thought about the three was Owen Duffy. Spins down low, picks up his dribble. Up top to Grote. Between the legs, can't get by Conway. Gives it up now, Schaefer. Schaefer brings it to the free throw line. 7 seconds to shoot as it was off of Jackson Kudera's foot. Yankton's defense not giving up anything here.
Yeah, no, they're really doing a good job of keeping their hands up, rotating their feet, not getting that foul, and they're making it really difficult for the Patriots at this moment.
Yankton plays hard, plain and simple. A team led by Coach Haynes is going to be fighting tooth and nail in every game. The inbound gets in to Grote. Now after the kickball violation, they did give a half shot clock, not a full, and an offensive foul against Brody Schaefer and a turnover. Bucks have a chance to narrow this gap. Brody Schaefer, it's that extension of the elbow. You are allowed to put your arm on a defender and kind of give yourself a little room. It's when that elbow goes past the 90-degree angle is when they're going to call it every time.
Yeah, the moment it's a push-off, that's immediate offensive foul.
Jackson Kudera with it, got it from Conway. Kudera still with it, dribbling it out. 20 to shoot for Yankton, plenty of time, under 5 minutes to play in our first half. Conway swings at Hirschman, splits the defenders, goes up for the layup, he's got another! Ivan Hirschman with 4 points already, has not seen varsity action until tonight. It's a 3-point game again, Brody Schaefer of the Patriots with it. Dump pass to Owen Duffy, and now Yankton's crowd getting into it with defense chance. Driving is Landon Monk, dishes to a wide open Brody Noor. That's good defense, better offense. 21-16 here, a 5-point difference with the Patriots on top. LaCroix over to Kudera, finds a wide open Hirschman. He can't get the three, but offensive rebound for Drotzman and a foul. I tell you what, Parker, I like what I'm seeing from Ivan Hirschman so far on the floor.
Yeah, no, he is fearless being one of the smaller players on the court and going straight for the basket. And that commitment to the lane is what gets you an easy shot.
It certainly helps the spacing, as you were getting at. Beck Reichen inbound, who just checked back in the game. LaCroix to the bench. What an exciting game so far as Conway trying to move in the post. Got DeGroat in the air. Shimmy and shake. He gets it for 2. Conway up to 4 points. We're halfway through our second quarter, 21-18. Patriots still lead. Bucks are just hanging in there. DeGroat tries bringing it. He gets doubled. Pops it up top to Everett Starks for 3, a swish. And those are the shots Sioux Falls Lincoln is going to have to continue to make. They've been efficient shooting the basketball so far tonight. Beck Reichen with it, moves it on the near side to Ivan Hirschman. Hirschman up top to Kudera. He drives with it, kicks it out. Hirschman pump fakes the 3, then gives it up Kudera, who pump fakes. Has DeGroat on him on the perimeter, gets the screen. Back to Hirschman, 8 seconds to shoot on this offensive set. Hirschman has it poked free. It's a 3-on-1 here for Sioux Falls Lincoln. And Kudera playing, pretty conservative defense, but you don't want to foul and you don't want to give up the easy play. As now a timeout called by Coach Haynes of the Bucks. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton timeout. When we return, it's 26-18 on Classic. It's 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Craving something boss level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Back to the floor, 26-18, Sioux Falls Lincoln right now on top of the Bucks. But it has been a fantastic game, as exciting as they come. Parker, what are your initial takeaways and thoughts on this one?
Yankton's done a great job driving straight to the basket. They're fearless of that size advantage. And then the Patriots are doing a really good job in transition, getting those easy buckets.
For the Bucks, they've got possession of the basketball. Beck Reichen swings it across to Kudera. His pass to Conway, nearly taken the other way by DeGroat. His length makes it so easy to try and tip those passes. Hirschman works it, drives, driving down, knocks it out of bounds. 2:55 to play here in the first half. It's 26-18, Patriots with the lead. On the far side of the court, Jaden Haley moves it up top to DeGroat. Another three-point look here for Everett. Starks knocks it in. And right now, those are back-breaking threes for Sioux Falls Lincoln. And the Bucks, those are the shots they want to force them into, but right now Sioux Falls Lincoln is making them pay for it.
Yeah, the Patriots are elite from the three-point arc. You just got to make those shots a little more difficult.
Beck Reichen with it. Bucks trail 11. It's the biggest deficit we've seen so far tonight. Beck Reichen drives in the lane. Some contact, won't get the foul, and the Bucks will just have to take it back on defense here. Brody Schaefer pulls up to the three-point line, swings it across to DeGroat. DeGroat wants to drive it, and it looked like Hirschman maybe hooked an arm on him. And good eyes by the official there. I mean, it wasn't a ton of contact, but it was a foul.
Yeah, he was kind of reaching for the basketball and just got a little bit of contact right there in the waistline.
Now 2:05 to play here in the first half. Inbounding are the Patriots. It's Brody Schaefer. Bucks looking for maybe a run to close out this first half here and make it a little closer in the second half. Sam Erickson with it. Brings it in, swings it out. Another attempt for Starks for three. He's got his third straight three made, Parker. And right now, his team should be thanking him. He averages 6 points per game. On the last three attempts, 9 points.
Yeah, he really is a microwave scorer, and if he keeps this going, they'll need to maybe even send another guy his way when he's on the perimeter.
Up top, Owen Eisnes for the answer three. Short off the front iron. Conway, an offensive board, goes up strong and gets it in. Austin Conway, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist in this game, and a handful with DeGroat down low. Starks, can he make it 4? He does. Everett Starks just knocked down his 4th triple in a row. It is 35-20 as another timeout called by Coach Haynes and the Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Parker, 12 points in a row there for Everett Starks. He comes off the bench, and I'm sorry, I actually was looking at it wrong. 3 points a game for him. He's knocked down 4 triples here in the first half. He's got good looks, but man, you can't expect a player to knock down 4 in a row. That Yankton defense is going to have to find a stop to that real quick.
Yeah, they really need to rotate on the perimeter. They've done a decent job guarding the basket, but the moment that ball gets swung over, they need to send a man to help, maybe leave the weak side open.
A minute 24 to go in the first half. Bucks with possession. Again, you'd like to see them get a couple of buckets here before the half closes, just to make it a little closer heading into our half. Tegan LaCroix over to Beck Reichen on the near side, brings it up top to the free throw line, picked up his dribble, now finds Conway. Conway maybe got away with a little bit of a travel. No call there, though. On the far side, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Beck Reichen drives it, flings it up with his right hand, a scoop layup, and moving quickly are the Patriots, and they answer immediately. Brody Knorr just simply outran everybody on the floor and got to the rack immediately. It remains a 15-point game. 36 to play, 26 on the shot clock. Yankton with it. Conway found an opening, short on the fade. Patriots with it. Erickson swings it far side. And it looks like Sioux Falls Lincoln's going to be happy to take the final shot of the first half, and why not? You're up 15. It's 37-22, 14 seconds to play. Erickson has Abe O'Brien near half court. Everett Starks for another one, airballs that one, and Yankton a sigh of relief. 2 seconds to play. Eidsness drives the layup. He's fouled. Buzzer sounds, but we're going to have about maybe half a second left. Eidsness free throws on the way. If Everett Starks had made that three-pointer, Parker, I think the Sioux Falls crowd might have went absolutely nuts.
Yeah, he was on a heater, and the fact that most of those were from the wing, though, the corner, maybe he just wasn't adjusted in how used to he was in the pocket.
Certainly tricky as a shooter. I mean, we see it at all levels. The slightest difference in anything can be the difference between a make or a miss. That's why free throw routines are a thing. Everyone does it a little bit differently. Eidsness will see his at the charity stripe here. 0.2 seconds to play, so no attempt for a shot. Bucks have a chance to just bring it two closer, heading to our Vichay Yankton. And you'll want to keep it here for the Vichay Yankton halftime show. So we'll have our halftime stats, what we've seen on the floor, adjustments we think the coaches will probably make. We'll maybe check on some area games, and then our halftime beyond the game from Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Eidsness goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, and the inbound for Sioux Falls Lincoln. Erickson did launch it up, nearly made it. It was after the buzzer, and you know he'd been a little upset had he made that. But we enter our halftime. It's 37-24. Sioux Falls Lincoln leads this one, but it has been an exciting one here tonight on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr when we return our Vichay Yankton halftime show. Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
My name is Taylor Reining, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. So Elkhorn Valley Bank is different from other institutions because we value our customers and we want them to feel valued. Our customers will walk in the door and we'll greet them by name. We know who their kids are, we know what their background is, we can ask them how things are going, and we pick up where we left off from the last time that they were in. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vichay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vichay by visiting VichayCareers.com. Vichay is an equal opportunity employer. Vichay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Now time for the Vishay Yankton Halftime Show. Vishay, define the world's future. Vishay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vishay, building the DNA of tech. Now, back to courtside for all the game trends, stats, and more.
And welcome to the Vishay Yankton Halftime Show, where your scoreboard reads 37-24. The Bucks trail the Patriots, and they might be down 13, but what a back-and-forth exciting game. It's not like it's been a 13-point difference throughout the entirety of it. The Bucks had it within 5 for really majority of the game until Everett Starks of the Patriots just went on a heater. He averages 3 points per game. Parker at half, he's got 15 right now, all off of three-point shooting.
Yeah, Starks really found his rhythm and was making every three-pointer coming his way. He might not have been a key focal point of the game plan, so maybe that kind of leads to Yankton maybe not getting that contest up just a second earlier. They definitely were towards the end there. He finally missed one from the corner after those straight makes. So as long as they keep an eye on Starks off the ball and really follow him when he tries to get open for a jumper, he seems like a big catch-and-shoot player. So if you make the catch a little bit more difficult, maybe he doesn't stay in rhythm, and you can really focus on those big players like DeGroat, Schaefer, and Duffy.
And I think you hit the nail on the head when you've got those three players who just come in with such a great resume. You really have to pick your poison. You know, we're going to pick to defend you guys, try to throw you guys off balance. If your other guys beat us, so be it. But we're not going to get beat when we know what to plan for these guys. But again, hats off right now to Everett Starks, a junior guard who right now is the hero for his team in this one. Your halftime stats for the Bucks: Beck Reichen with 5 points and a rebound. Owen Eisen has 5 points, 1 rebound, and a steal. Abe O'Brien has 3 rebounds and an assist. Miles Drotzman, 1 foul, 1 rebound. Austin Conway with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Kuderov off the bench with 4 points, and Ivan Hirschman off of the bench for the first time of the season. A quick 4 points for him, and he really helped. But so far, Parker, in this game, what have you seen from each side, and what do you expect the teams to maybe adjust at the half here?
Yeah, Yankton's done a great job at distributing the basketball. They've gotten everybody involved, you know, Eisnes, Hirschman. We even saw some good plays from Conway. He was making a decent impact on that offensive glass, getting that short putback, whether it be that fadeaway jumper he has or that small little small hook. As long as they can keep that basket pressure, they can open up some three-point opportunities. And a 13-point lead isn't that much, as we saw. You know, we see those three-pointers go in, and you kind of make that a much smaller lead. For the Patriots, what they kind of need to do to really cement the lead, they've been very good in transition. Like you said, they pass it down so quickly, you don't even notice that you have Noor leaking out. You don't even notice that you have DeGroat leaking out before they have already made the layup, and then it's already going the Yankton Bucks way. So Patriots need to focus on their transition play, and the Bucks really need to create rim pressure and get those open threes with the ball movement they've already been showing.
And now time for our halftime Beyond the Game. It's brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. Now it's going to be a pretty short halftime Beyond the Game because, well, it's going to hit Christmas break and not a whole lot going on. But today, earlier, was the Bell Invite. That's the Varsity Debate Invitational at Brookings High School. Of course, there was basketball, the boys 9A JV game, boys sophomore, boys 9B, and now for boys varsity. Wrestling, girls varsity invitational earlier at 4 o'clock today against Sioux Valley at Sioux Valley High School. And then tomorrow, that Bell Invite Varsity Debate Invitational continues at Brookings High School. And then some wrestling with boys varsity and JV invitational. Varsity against Sioux Falls, Washington at Sioux Falls, Washington, and JV against Sioux Valley High School, and that's in Sioux Valley. And then that pretty much wraps it up until we get to the new year and school comes back. So that's your halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Currently 37-24, the Patriots lead. You're going to want to keep it here. What a game it's been. The second half only moments away on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day, and there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Back on the floor to wrap up our Vichay Yankton halftime show. The scoreboard reads 37-24, and the Yankton Bucks trail the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. As I know they trail 13, but that scoreboard doesn't really do justice to what we've seen on the floor. It was just a flurry of threes from Everett Starks to put the Patriots up. A look around the state here in AA boys action. Spearfish leads Aberdeen at the half, 25-19. Sturgis Brown late in the second quarter on top of Pierre T.F. Riggs, 28-19. Harrisburg on top of Sioux Falls, Washington, 14-11 after one. That's a great game you're going to want to keep an eye on, and no other updates. And Parker, you've actually got a game you're going to be calling tomorrow, as the Tanagers tomorrow will be on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 AM 1570, as well as Vermilion Tanagers on YouTube.
Yeah, they'll be going up against a doubleheader. It'll be in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, actually, tomorrow. They'll be playing one of the schools from Sergeant Bluff, so it should be nice to actually see an Iowa team take on a South Dakota team. You've got a state rivalry. You've got the big lights of the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, all in Vermilion, so make sure to turn into Fox Sports Radio for us tomorrow. If you got nothing else going on, your perfect Saturday afternoon.
Again, it's 37-24 as we open up the second half. Patriots with the lead, and they'll start with the basketball. Moving left to right now are the Patriots, again in white jersey and shorts trimmed out in red and blue. The Bucks in all red trimmed out in white. A corner three attempt here, no good. And the Bucks, again, just thrilled that a three-pointer didn't fall. Beck Reichen pulled it in. He'll move it. The first offensive set here for the Bucks in the second half. They trail 13. Plenty of time to try and get back into this one. Beck Reichen swings at Eidsness, pump fakes the three in the corner. Now up top, Abe O'Brien wants to drive it in the lane, has it stripped away and taken the other direction. Sam Erickson works against Miles Drotzman. He can't get the layup. What defense there by Miles Drotzman to stay in front and not foul. Bucks will slow things down after a flurry of plays to open our third set. Reichen picked up his dribble now, gives it up Drotzman, back to Reichen. He works it on the far side. Cross-court pass is intercepted by Brody Schaefer. Not sure where that one was going, but good defense by the Patriots as we are scoreless in the second half. Sam DeGroat settles for the step-back corner three, but he'll knock it in. Man, oh man, Sioux Falls Lincoln is shooting well beyond the arc in this game. 40-24, it's back up to 16 here for the Patriots. Bucks look to slow things down here to Conway at the top of the key. Hands it off Drotzman. Drotzman wants to bring it towards the middle, gets cut off. Now he's fouled, and Bucks will keep possession and a fresh shot clock here. Duffy will pick up a foul. It's his third personal. Not serious foul trouble, but something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, we might see more Starks minutes if that continues.
And the inbound to Conway, a dangerous pass as he tries taking it, swings it. Corner three, Beckreichen wide open. Off the front iron it goes, though. It might not have fallen, but that's a shot you love to see from the Bucks. A good look from one of your better shooters. DeGroat with it on the perimeter, picks it up at the free throw line, swings it out. The three there for Schaefer, no. It's been almost nothing but three-pointers taken as Abe O'Brien dumps it down low Conway. Conway lost it, so he had his dribble, finds Owen Eidsness. He gets the floater over the top of DeGroat, and you know what? As short of a shot as that was, it's still a tricky shot with DeGroat at 6'7" standing down there.
Yeah, I know he is a very hard player to go up against, and that definitely was a tricky shot.
Up top, they move it. Owen Duffy tries his luck from three. Conway ends up with it. Conway leads his team with rebounds. He's up to 4 on the night. Beckreichen brings the ball down the floor across the timeline here. He works against Brody Schaefer, and now Miles Drotzman. Drotzman loses it out of bounds, and I believe it bounced off of his leg, and a missed opportunity for the Bucks, who trail 14, could have cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, the Bucks haven't been outpaced by the Patriots in this quarter, but they do need to shrink this lead. Expect some of those outside shots to start being shot up.
For the Patriots on offense here, Everett starts with it, gives it up top to DeGroat, swishes in another three. Just impressive from DeGroat. He wasn't open either, but when you're 6'7", sometimes you just shoot over the top of your defender. A bounce pass down low as Beckreichen. That'll be a forced turnover from the Patriots, and a timeout called by Coach Haynes of the Bucks. He's already down to 2 timeouts left only in this game. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break when we return on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memory Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
Third quarter of play, 5:03 left. Sioux Falls Lincoln up 43-26 over Yankton. And the Patriots with possession, they inbound it, and Beckreichen will trot back. Forced a little pressure just on the inbound pass. Not much more beyond that. Sam DeGroat moves it to the far side of the court. To Brody Schaefer, he moves it now. A foul is going to be called against Beckreichen. It'll be his first personal, team's first. I don't know if I missed a foul throughout the game. I only have 2 total fouls against the Bucks all game.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3. I can't remember what I had down.
Driving here, Brody Schaefer up top. Ball was knocked free by Conway into the hands of an open DeGroat. Buries it from downtown. That's an unfortunate set. Yankton played good defense. Conway got a hand on it. It just bounced right to the hands of the open shooter. 46-26, it's the largest lead of the night for Sioux Falls Lincoln. They lead 20. Owen Eidsness now sets up the answer 3, left it short. Trying to save it there, Tegan LaCroix, as the Sioux Falls Lincoln student section going to let him hear it. And that's, as I mentioned in the pregame, it's going to be a hostile environment for the Bucks, and they knew that coming into it.
Yeah, I know, a really good crowd from both sides here, so they're going at each other.
Patriots with it, and now nearly stealing it there. Eidsness can't quite get it, and another three is buried. This time, Everett Starks. He got the corner three that time.
Yeah, familiar face from three-point range. He's looking like Kyle Korver.
49-26. It's a 23-point game. Yankton trails now. Again, good defensive effort. Just couldn't quite get that takeaway. Bucks slow it down on offense. Way downtown, Riken wants it, can't get the answer three. DeGroat behind the back brings it down the floor for 6-7. He moves well and gets the layup.
Yeah, he might be out there as the tallest player, but he plays like a small forward that can play make.
DeGroat has reached 20 points. He averages 22.5 on the season. This was pretty expected. Tegan LaCroix beyond the arc, has it, picked up his dribble, hands it off, Beck Riken. Just over 3 minutes to play in our third quarter. Austin Conway down low, he gets trapped by a double. Into the hands of Eidsness, jumps into the lane, he's fouled on the shot, free throws coming up. Owen Eidsness, the only Buck who has taken any free throws in tonight's game, and he'll have two more.
Yeah, he's really skilled ball handler, so he can really make those shots difficult and get to the line.
And I take that back. He's the only Buck to make a free throw. Kudera had the and one opportunity early in the game as Owen Eidsness misses the first half of two. Abe O'Brien and Ivan Hirschman check in for the Bucks. In for the Patriots is Sam Erickson and Jaden Haley. Right now for the Bucks, they really need to get it rolling. Otherwise, it's a big lead for Sioux Falls Lincoln, the number one team in the state for a reason. Eidsness gets the second of two and now has 8 points in this one. It's his season high in scoring. Eidsness averaging 4.5 points per game. 51-27, Patriots with the lead. They've got possession as well. DeGroat works down low against Abe O'Brien. O'Brien hit the deck, and we'll see the foul is going to be called on Yankton. And DeGroat now heading to the free throw line. Abe O'Brien does pick up the penalty. I actually thought it was going to be on a different Yankton defender because he hit the deck a lot earlier than that whistle was blown. DeGroat switches in the first of two as he is nearing his season average.
Yeah, I can only assume that it was a blocking foul because maybe his feet weren't quite set. It was just kind of a late whistle.
And DeGroat up to 22 after he makes both. 53-27, Patriots tied for their largest lead of the night. Hirschman and Kudera to break the full court press here as Kudera brings it across the timeline. Now Hirschman has on the far side, way beyond the three-point line, up to Kudera at the logo. Kudera trying to get his team to help him, and Hirschman runs to his rescue. Now they swing it out to LaCroix. Abe O'Brien thought about the step-back three, instead drives it into the lane, picks up his dribble. 5 to shoot here for the Bucks. Hirschman has it, now 3 to shoot, loses the basketball, and Sioux Falls Lincoln takes it the other direction. Up ahead, Jaden Haley off his legs, I believe, and it is Yankton basketball.
And a precarious pass that ended up out of bounds.
And for Yankton, it's got to start now. They need to start scoring in their defense. I mean, they've had good looks on defense, but Sioux Falls Lincoln has just had better offense. LaCroix fires it up ahead, finds Grady Walder, who's in for the first time. He loses it out of bounds. And back-to-back-to-back turnovers here for the second time in this game. We opened the game with 3 straight turnovers.
Yeah, intensity's here. They know that this is where the game can be won.
Erickson lines up the triple, knocks it in. And again, it was a decent look, but not wide open. Sioux Falls Lincoln just shooting out of their minds right now, up 29. They're only 1 point away from a running clock here in the third quarter. 90 seconds to play in our third. It's 56-27. Patriots lead the Bucks. Bucks work it on offense. Tegan LaCroix, Abe O'Brien, the answer 3, no. Patriots bring it the other direction. Erickson swings it out. Starks takes a dribble, mid-range jumper, and misses it all. Abe O'Brien the rebound, but I think he was touching the out-of-bounds line. He was.
Yeah, great effort from O'Brien. He's been a good hustle player this game, but just barely on the line.
Abe O'Brien now ties his team for the lead with 4 rebounds as Miles Drotzman and Austin Conway come in. Heading to the benches, Ivan Hirschman and Abe O'Brien, and now a late check-in, and Eidsness will come in, and he'll swap out for Grady Walder. Grady Walder, a player we didn't see on varsity at all last season, averaging 3 points a game off the bench this year. A junior, so should expect to see him back next year. DeGroat gives it up to Erickson. Back to DeGroat, back to Erickson. Erickson wants to drive with it, lots of contact, had the layup, but drawing the charge is Miles Drotzman. And I want to point out Miles Drotzman, while his stats might not be quite as high as the rest of the starters, that right there is why he has earned a spot in the starting lineup, taking charges and just an energy on the floor for the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a 6-foot-tall, versatile defender that'll do hustle plays like take charges, you got to keep him out there.
Owen Eidsness brings it down the floor here. A cutter and Kudera just turns around, takes the uncomfortable shot. No. Under a minute to play. Sioux Falls Lincoln wants to go quick with it, rising above, missing the layup there. Owen Duffy. Now the Bucks want to move it up the floor quickly. Eidsness swings it. LaCroix on the near side. A 10-second difference between shot and game clock. Miles Drotzman on the near side. Back up to LaCroix. They keep it beyond the perimeter here. Kudera gets it up to the free throw line before he gets stopped. Ball is stripped away. Now into the hands. Drotzman has the steal. And the Bucks will slow it down, but then they'll give it up. Brody Schaefer got the steal, and a foul and free throws coming up. I can hardly keep up here, Parker.
Yeah, the ball is changing possession very quickly here.
Keeping up on some of these back and forth are kind of tricky. It's really been a fast game here tonight, as at the free throw line is Jaden Haley. Misses the first of 2, remains a 29-point game.
Yeah, no, that definitely helps to see some of these free throws get missed, see if Yankton can really come to life here in the fourth quarter.
Tegan LaCroix was tagged with the foul. It's his first of the game as Haley's next free throw. Also short, but DeGroat an offensive board. Tried getting the foul on the shot, couldn't get it, and now not sure where Brody Schaefer was going with that one. Bucks end up with it, and they're fouled. Eidsness ended up with it. That shot, Parker, you don't see too many of those.
No, you don't.
I think he was maybe looking to dish it there.
Yeah.
And really realized, oh, no one's open. I just have to try and fling it up, and Eidsness with a pretty easy rebound his way, and then gets wrapped up and fouled. Bucks with 5 seconds here to play to try and get a good look. LaCroix drives with it, over the top, gets the foul and the bucket. They're going to say on the floor. So with a second remaining in our third quarter, no free throws. Well, it looks like now they're saying free throws, but he's going to shoot 2. He's not getting the and 1. So a foul in the shooting motion.
Didn't the shot go in?
It did, Parker. So this should be an and 1. So LaCroix misses the first of 2. I have never seen where you get fouled on the shooting motion and don't get credit for your shot.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Bucks go 0 for 2 at the line. Drotzman pulled in the rebound and couldn't get his short jumper, just had to put it up right away. A head scratcher here to round off the third quarter of play. We've got 8 minutes remaining. 56-27, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
24 minutes in, 8 minutes to play on the floor. It's 56-27. Sioux Falls Lincoln is up big time over the Yankton Bucks, but obviously they are down 29, but this game doesn't feel like a true 30-point blowout that it looks like, Parker.
Yeah, the Patriots have made a lot of difficult shots, and they've really gotten on fire from three, so the Bucks haven't lit up that many looks. It's really just been an offensive explosion from the Patriots.
Tegan LaCroix's pass down low, knocked out of bounds. Bucks will re-inbound 10 seconds into the fourth quarter. A game that's been just fast, too. It's only 7:56. The game's not even an hour long yet. Conway will give it up to Eidsness. Eidsness at the free throw line, spins, steps it back. A good look, rims in and out. That would have been a highlight reel play there for Eidsness had it fallen. Patriots with it, bringing it down the floor. Brody Schaefer gives it up to DeGroat, who then gives it to Erickson. Now Brody Knorr swings it. A lot of ball movement here to start on this possession for Sioux Falls Lincoln. DeGroat wants a triple off the front iron, no. Eidsness pulls it in. Eidsness gives it up. Kudera steps into the three-pointer. High arcing, nothing but net. And a three there for Kudera. He's up to 7 points in the game as on the other side of the floor, Sioux Falls Lincoln getting the offensive board, Brody Schaefer, and puts it back in for two. You watched the replay. It was brought to you by Yankton with Nelson, second generation, family owned, and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. Driving here as Drotzman finds Tegan LaCroix, had some spacing in the lane, but just put too much on it. Off the back iron it went. Patriots with it, 6.5 to play in this one. They move it down low. Sam Erickson and an offensive foul as a charge taken by Tegan LaCroix. That's 2 charges taken by the Bucks in this one. And those are the plays that your coach really is going to love. Bucks with the possession. They trail 28. Beck Reichen swings it across. Owen Eidsness thought about the three, decided against it. Conway in the lane, backs it up and in. Conway wanted to go up initially, kind of backed it up just a little bit because he knows DeGroat has that reach on him. 32-58, it makes your new score. Brody Schaefer with it, gets it down low. What a dish there into the hands of Brody Knorr. That's going to be the easiest 2 points Brody Knorr scores all night, but really the play made by Brody Schaefer, who averages nearly 6 assists per game. Bucks with it, they kick it out. Owen Eidsness, another three-point attempt. It goes off the back iron. Schaefer crosses the timeline, and now his pass, out of bounds it goes, as Owen Duffy just couldn't quite reach it. .541 to go in this one here in Sioux Falls. Patriots trying to stay perfect on the season, and right now certainly looks like they've got a good case for it. Bucks looking for that first win, but they have played some tough competition. Austin Conway, shot blocked by DeGroat, but he did get his own rebound. It stays with the Bucks. Driving here, high off the glass, no. LaCroix nearly got it. DeGroat, crossover, gets it down low and puts it in. It's a 30-point difference for the first time of the night as DeGroat over 20 points in tonight's contest. And that will be a timeout called by head coach Luke Hanneman of the Patriots. We'll take that Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break and be back in 30 seconds here.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
5:11 to play here on the floor. The Patriots up 30. It's 62-32. Bucks with possession and out of the timeout. The floor for Yankton made up of Miles Drotzman, Austin Conway, Beck Reichen, Tegan LaCroix, and Owen Eidsness. Beck Reichen across to Eidsness. They bring it down the floor. Reichen works it against Landon Monk for the Patriots. Patriots with a whole new look pretty much on the floor. LaCroix swings it across to Eidsness. Nearly lost his dribble. It's on the floor and now a fight for the basketball. He gets it away. 10 seconds to shoot as Yankton. Drotzman drives it. A tough shot. Couldn't get it to fall, but free throws coming up. We do have a running clock. It stops during free throws and timeouts only. Jaden Haley picked up the foul there. And Drotzman to the line. Has yet to score in tonight's game and misses the first of two. Coming up, we've got our first Dakota National Bank post-game show, as well as our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. You'll want to keep it here for that, as well as our chat with head coach Chris Haynes. We'll score update around the state. And our final thoughts on the game and what's coming next for the Bucks. Drotzman sinks the second of two, and he's on the board for scoring. Haley brings the ball down the floor for the Patriots. 4.5 to play in this one. Now Brody Knorr with it. Swings it cross to the far side corner three to Everett Starks, who's had a hot hand in tonight's game. Isaac Kremke's down low with it. It goes out of bounds, nearly taken away by Grady Walder. Abel Bryan will check in, and Conway to the bench. As not sure, a little confusion here, so the clock did stop for a moment. And now the inbound here for the Patriots. They get it in. Brody Knorr now driving, kicking it. Everett Starks wants his 7th three of the night. He won't get it. Rebound was to Ivan Hirschman. On the other side, now a foul. Whistles will blow. It's going to go against Sioux Falls Lincoln. And it'll go against Everett Starks, who has 18 points in the game off the bench. He's the second leading scorer of the night for Sioux Falls Lincoln. And now in is Ben Jensen for the Patriots. He gets a standing ovation. I'm guessing he doesn't get in too often. Inbound here for the Bucks. Beck Reichen at the elbow. Drives it, gets into the lane, and scores that one. Corner three attempt here. Ben Jensen, no, can't get it. Moving up the floor, Beck Reichen, as now they're going to whistle it dead and say a foul on the floor. So an inbound coming up here for Yankton as we cross the 3-minute mark. And now for the Bucks, Easton Skelhaus checking in. For the first time of the year, we see Easton Skelhaus. And now Carson Krall as well, both for the first time of the season. And now some chants saying we want Christian. There's not a Christian even listed on the Bucks lineup. They must be talking about a JV player here. As that
no, from the Sioux Falls crowd.
Oh, that's the Sioux Falls crowd.
Christian Walling.
I was looking down at my papers trying to figure it out. Didn't realize it was from Sioux Falls Lincoln. Bucks turn it over. Now the Patriots on offense. We near the 2-minute mark. For the Patriots, Jaden Haley brings it down. Far side, swings it. Now down low, it's poked out of bounds. It went to Kyler Kenyon. but knocked out by the Bucks. And, well, I think the crowd's going to get what they want. Christian Walling has checked into the game with Jace Weber. Crowd's going nuts. On the flip side for Yankton, Talon Harms in for the first time of the season. A lot of cheering here from that student section of Sioux Falls Lincoln, and why not? They're about to be 3-0, and now a final sub is Thon Mobile is checking in. Ben Jensen to the bench. Parker, that took about 40 seconds off the clock. Players probably thinking, man, I kind of would like to play here. Inbound gets in, Kyler Kenyon. Kenyon dumps it out beyond the perimeter. 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Mobile with it. Now Jack Teller swings it. Kyler Kenyon thought about the three, launches it out of bounds, and a turnover as we hit the minute mark. Yankton will have possession here. They've got maybe one, maybe two possessions left in this one with 50 seconds left. Ivan Hirschman will bring the ball down the floor. Kicks it out, and that one a turnover. Taken the other direction as a late attempt there. A few offensive rebounds, no good. Mobile gets it, and now finally it's brought in by the Bucks, and Grady Walder gets a rebound. Under 30 seconds to play, no shot clock. Walder nearly lost it. Driving it there, Skelhaus, he swings it out. Three is swished in for Talon Harms. Talon Harms the three, Skelhaus the assist. They've got some stats in the book for their varsity squad. 10 seconds to play. Sioux Falls Lincoln is just going to dribble this one out, as the Bucks will fall to 0-3 on the season for Sioux Falls Lincoln. They advance to 3-0. Your final score on the floor tonight here, 62-38. Sioux Falls Lincoln wins this one by 24 points. Again, you want to keep it here for the First Dakota National Bank post-game show, as well as our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game, and our chat with Coach Haynes. It's all coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Back for our First Dakota post-game show. First Dakota, also our corporate sponsor, has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Your final stats for the Bucks, who fall to Sioux Falls Lincoln tonight, 62-38. Beck Reichen, 1 foul, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Owen Eidsness with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, as well as a steal. Didn't have that written down. Abe O'Brien, 1 foul, 5 rebounds. Miles Drotzman, a foul, 1 point, 3 rebounds, and a steal. And Austin Conway, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Off the bench, Jackson Kudrow with 7 points. Tegan LaCroix, 1 foul. Grady Walder with a rebound. Ivan Hirschman, 4 points and a rebound. Easton Skelhaus got an assist. Tellen Harms with 3 points, and we did see Carson Krall in the game. Didn't record a stat, but he did get in about that last 90 seconds. It's time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton hot hands of the game. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Well, Parker and I, after some discussion, decided on Owen Eidsness for our hot hands of the game. 8 points for him, 3 rebounds and an assist. It's his season high. And really just had a pretty solid game overall, and we liked the defensive effort as well. Again, thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr. If you enjoyed the broadcast, well, head to Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Click that subscribe button. We'd love to have you join us for every Bucks and Gazelles game, as we'll have a short break here with Christmas break coming up. But either way, we're happy to be here, and when Bucks and Gazelles basketball returns, we'll be live with it. Most of the time on Classic Hits 106.3. Every now and then it gets bumped to Fox Sports with USD basketball being played. Or if the teams are split, of course, we can only have one broadcast rolling on radio at a time. But Parker, a 62-38 loss. I know it doesn't look great on the end of the scoreboard, but tell me about what you saw in this game from both sides.
Yeah, so that first quarter, we really saw both teams come out to a pretty fierce start. They were going back and forth. You mentioned the amount of three-pointers taken. It really was a back-and-forth match. Yankton all game, they were excellent at the dribble handoff, very good at moving the ball around. When they see a post-up, they really capitalize on it, especially when you have a player like Conway down low. And then from the Patriots, the whole game, they pressed it in transition. They really pushed the ball when they were going in transition. They had some great three-point shooting. I mean, we saw Storks take off from three, and it's not very typical for him to get the ball that much. He really just became a hot hand this game. And we saw typical action from Sam DeGroat. He can do it all. Contested threes, we saw him run in transition, catch the outlet pass. He's a defensive player that can guard the perimeter and the paint. He's an all-around player as a senior forward. And then for the Bucks, we saw a great play from Owens Eidsness. He really pushed it inside. He drew some contact at the rim. We saw Hirschman come in and get some minutes, which we haven't seen yet. And then we saw players, Austin Conway, Drotzman, Reichen. They really they capitalized when they were in. Like you said, this might have been a 24-point matchup, but it was played very well from both teams. The Patriots just got that outside shot going.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, that three-pointers, I mean, the Bucks are probably going to have nightmares about 6-7 players shooting beyond the arc. I mean, they forced them into the shots they really wanted them to take. Unfortunately, it might have fired back a little bit on them, but you can't expect a team to shoot I don't have the exact numbers, but I would guess 50% or higher from Sioux Falls Lincoln from downtown. And a team with some height and big men, you just don't expect that. Now looking around the state for some other games that took place here tonight and still are going on. We'll start in girls AA. Even though the Gazelles didn't play tonight, they don't play till January 3rd against Aberdeen Central. But in girls AA, Rapid City Stevens receiving votes defeated Mitchell, who's also receiving votes, 49-35. So Rapid City Stevens probably going to make a jump there in the polls. Huron beat Rapid City Central in what was a really close one, 49-44. O'Gorman, no surprise, a very good team, defeated the number 4 team, Sioux Falls Jefferson, 76-48. And O'Gorman, rightfully a top 2 ranked team. Right now at 2, they trail only Brandon Valley, who is the 1 seed. And, well, they certainly looked that part today, defeating Sioux Falls Roosevelt, who's receiving votes 76-33. Aberdeen Central currently taking on Spearfish at half. It's 32-15, and no score update as the game just got started between Pierre T.F. Riggs and Sturgis Brown. Over to boys AA action tonight. Spearfish defeated Aberdeen Central 56-45 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pierre T.F. Riggs is currently on top of Sturgis Brown 54-45. At the end of the third, Harrisburg is on top of Sioux Falls, Washington 41-30. And that is, again, both 2 teams that Yankton has seen and fell to both of them. Of course, tonight, Sioux Falls Lincoln defeated Yankton. Your final score, 62-38. And our final score update of the night, Sioux Falls Jefferson currently leads O'Gorman at half, 36-26. Jefferson not receiving any votes, and O'Gorman ranked 5th. So that's definitely a game to keep an eye on. Still awaiting our chat with head coach Chris Haynes. We'll talk more about what's upcoming for Bucks and Gazelles basketball. Keep it tuned here as our First Dakota National Bank of Yankton post-game show continues in a moment on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
For beautiful decor and gifts this holiday season, it's Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all from Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton, your Christmas and holiday cheer store.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton, located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway.
Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
And back on our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. Again, the Yankton Bucks falling to Sioux Falls Lincoln, and now 0-3 on the season. But Parker, you look at it, 0-3, of course it's not where you want to be at right now, but they've taken on Harrisburg, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Sioux Falls Lincoln. I know it's early in the season, but don't be surprised if all three of those teams end up making it to the state tournament. I mean, really just tough competition right out of the gates for the Bucks, and now, they've got some time to try and revamp a little bit, group up, and try to pull out some wins here.
Yeah, no, like you said, this has been some great adversity to get at the beginning of the year. Great experience. I mean, seniors will always take it, but for those juniors and sophomore players that, they get minutes, it's really nice to play up against top-tier teams like this. I mean, when you go up against a player like DeGroat, you can prepare for those star players that have a lot of height, a lot of shooting, a lot of experience. They're going to put a lot of pressure on you. And Yankton didn't back down to the challenge. They kept their cool. They managed to move the ball very well. And on the defensive end, they played physical. They didn't foul that much. Lincoln actually fouled more tonight, like you mentioned in the broadcast. So you've got to be proud of how Yankton played this game. And this is the style of basketball that you need to win basketball games, especially against state caliber teams like Sioux Falls Lincoln.
And exactly, we talked about it with Coach Haynes, just how hard the team plays. And then on top of that, I did directly ask him, I know it's kind of a bummer to have to play such good competition right out of the gates, but what are the positives of that? And what he told me was, well, if you're winning and you're winning big, you don't really get to see what it is that you need to do better. The one main benefit would be you're going to be exposed. You're going to see what your team doesn't do quite so well and the things that you want to fix before you get too deep into the season. And right now, we're waiting that chat with head coach Haynes, and we'll see what he says tonight. I mean, really, this is one where you don't really feel like the Bucks lost the game. Sioux Falls Lincoln came out and won it. Bucks had some really nice looks, some nice plays, knocked down some shots when needed, and again, kept it close for quite some time with arguably the best team in the state, and just unfortunately couldn't quite get the job done here tonight. But, on paper, this one was definitely one to favor Sioux Falls Lincoln. They averaged their games was a difference of a positive 10 points per game swing. For Yankton, it was the opposite. It was a swing of a 10-point loss per game. But their first two games, they lost by 8 to Harrisburg, 12 to Sioux Falls, Washington. And on top of that, when the games are close at the end of it like that too, you didn't truly, it's not like it was 12 points with 2 minutes to go. It became 12 points because you were forced to foul, and they're going to get some free throws. So realistically, Yankton has been in the games. Now, this one got a little out of hand in that third quarter there, but the three-point shooting was something unlike I swear I've ever seen at the high school level. If they can shoot that efficiently from downtown on top of a good inside game, that is going to be a team, too, that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, no, the Patriots they're just a wrecking ball on offense. You've got players that don't get as much play time, like Starks, capable of hitting 5 3-pointers, and then you have your impact players like Schaefer, DeGroat, and Knorr that can just get inside, out, great ball handlers, low turnover game. That's a very high caliber team on offense, and they play great perimeter defense as well. So, the Bucks got to walk away with their head held high today of how they played a team that's going to be trying to make that run for state, because they themselves still can. I mean, you start off 0-3, but it's 3 great teams, which means you really can still leverage yourself for playoff positioning, depending on how you play the rest of the season out.
Coming up for both the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, they've got about 2 weeks off. It's 2 weeks. They've got 15 days, 2 weeks and a day, as it'll be a Saturday, January 3rd, as both the Bucks and Gazelles will take on Aberdeen Central. Now, the Bucks will take on Aberdeen Central in Yankton. The Gazelles are going to be on the road to take on the Golden Eagles, and then after that, on the 6th, they'll have a doubleheader in Vermilion, and that'll be interesting as we do cover Vermilion athletics as well. Michael Schumacher, the usual voice of the Tanagers, at our station, so we'll see. Maybe we'll have a little back and forth who's going to win it at the station between he and I. And then after that, against Mitchell on the 9th, it'll be a doubleheader in Mitchell. And that is what's upcoming for the Bucks and Gazelles. On the 3rd, 6th, and 9th of January, they will play. For the Gazelles, it'll be 3 straight road games. And for the Bucks, they'll be at home against Aberdeen Central and then on the road against Vermilion and Mitchell. We continue our First Dakota National Bank post-game show here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. We'll take one final break before we wrap things up and have our chat with Coach Haynes. I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a great night, and hopefully we'll have Coach Haynes here shortly.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District is your Hallmark headquarters this holiday season. Buy your Hallmark Christmas ornaments, nativity scenes, willow tree, and precious moments there. Find wedding and anniversary gifts and single-serve Abdallah chocolates along with the new item, Gone Nuts. Yankton Rexall Pharmacy is there to help you with all your questions and prescription needs. Holiday shopping begins at the Yankton Rexall in downtown Yankton.
And as our post-game show continues, we do now have head coach Chris Haynes of the Bucks to chat. Coach, a game against Sioux Falls Lincoln, a very good Patriots team. What did you see on the floor tonight?
I thought we got off to a good start. Obviously, first road game of the year, and at number 1, and hostile environment. It's always a tough place to play. And over the years, especially here, Sioux Falls Lincoln, when they get it going, they can really start, getting it going, and they can make a lot in a row, and they did that tonight. But again, I thought we got off to a good start, executing the game plan. Obviously, we wanted to try to slow down their big three, Schaefer at the point, Erickson at the wing, and DeGroot inside. And for the first quarter and a half, we were doing that. Number 13 got away from us. He hits 5 threes in the second quarter, or 4 threes in a row. And, that's my fault. I didn't know that he was that good of a shooter. He hadn't shot a lot in their first 2 games coming off the bench. I don't remember him much from the younger levels last year. And then, he didn't do a whole lot in the JV game, especially as far as shooting the basketball. I mean, I think he made 1 or 2 in the JV game. But, you got to give him credit. He stepped up and he knocked him in, and he was kind of the difference in the first half. We're down 13 and a half, and he has 5 threes and 15 points. So, but our guys hung in there, and then, we did a good job on their big three, other than DeGroot gets it in the first half. That DeGroot gets it going in the second half. And tough for Austin. He's not used to getting out and guarding on the perimeter. That's why DeGroot's such a tough matchup. Austin did a good job on him early in the low post and being physical with him and making things hard for him. And then DeGroot goes to the outside and, just starts making threes over the top of him. And, that's why he's good. That's why he's an all-state player.
One thing I had made sure to mention is I kind of talked about in my pregame, I assume that you probably wanted them to be taking deep shots, and they took plenty of them. Are you happy with how you forced them into threes now? Granted, they made probably over half of them, but probably shots you'd rather them take than a 6'7" guy right on the post.
Yeah, that's why they're good. Like I said, Austin did a good job, and that's why DeGroot's such a tough matchup at 6'7", because if you put a smaller guy on him, he'll go down to the block and he can make you pay down there. If you put a bigger guy on him, then he takes you on to the outside. But Austin will get better at that, because DeGroot's playing the 5 for them, and we need Austin in the game because we need his presence on the offensive end. So we can't take him out and put someone else in. So Austin will get better at that and guarding on the perimeter, because down the road here we got other teams, quite a few other teams to play that have 5 men that can shoot it. Our team's playing a little bit smaller, where their 5-man's more versatile. So Austin's going to have to get better at that. So because, like I said, we're going to need him in the game on the other end of the floor.
And now you get a little bit of a break here coming up. It's January 3rd, your next game against Aberdeen Central. I do want to point out you had 3 games here, and between those 3 games, 2 practices. from the day before that first game until now. You got some time to kind of regroup. What are the things you're going to hit hard before Aberdeen Central?
Yeah, it's obviously just having 3 games before break against 3 quality opponents, so good and bad to that. With some things obviously got exposed against those 3 opponents that we need to work on some things. So we'll get a good lift in it with Coach Rosie tomorrow, come back Monday and have a good inter-squad scrimmage before the guys have a few days off for Christmas break. And then we'll come back and we got a Saturday practice, and then we got all that week leading up to the Aberdeen game that you mentioned, Monday through Friday. And that's going to be an important stretch for us because once January hits, we're playing 17 games in January and February, not having any games over break. That's just where you're at. So it's going to be fast and furious. So there's no doubt that this practice time over break is going to be huge for our team.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks as always for the chat, and we'll be in talks with you before that Aberdeen Central game.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Again, that was head coach Chris Haynes of the Yankton Bucks here in our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. That about wraps it up for us here tonight as the Bucks fall to Sioux Falls Lincoln. Again, they've got a little bit of a break, and then they'll be against Aberdeen Central at home on January 3rd. Gazelles will be on the road to Aberdeen Central. Final closing thoughts, Parker.
Well, Yankton played great tonight, and despite an 0-3 start, they really can make this turn around. So we really should expect with the new year, we'll see the Gazelles and the Bucks have plenty of practice, plenty of game planning, plenty of rest. That's a really big thing about being a student athlete is they're all balancing all these classes, activities, athletics. They'll get this rest, feel rejuvenated, be able to play the best basketball possible come around the new year. And then we've also got to say, make sure to check out the Vermilion Tanagers doubleheader at the SESE tomorrow. Patrick Olson and I will be on the call.
All right, well, for the final time here tonight, that about wraps things up. I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Again, if you enjoy these broadcasts, we do ask, if you'd like to watch it, just subscribe. You'll be notified every time we go live with Bucks and Gazelles basketball. But for the final time tonight, I'm Zach Spear alongside Parker Orr. Have a great rest of your night, and go Bucks and Gazelles.